So here's the three little birds block. So you have this main page with the colours on, and then you've got this one which is a guide for laying out your pieces, and this one has the outlines of the pieces. Now you'll notice that they've been flipped and reversed, and that's because your glue side goes on the back of your applique pieces. If you're going to be doing hand applique, then you will want to trace these the other way around, because you won't then be flipping your birds over. Now, each of these backgrounds we need a 6.5 inch square, so I'm going to put my 6.5 inch line, which is here, near to the edge of the fabric there, and you can see how this fabric's not straight along here because I'm straight on the selvage. So I've made sure I've got enough here, and because I'm working down this way, I'm working on these white markings, so this is my 6.5. So first of all I'm going to cut that way and that way. And now I'm going to take this corner and bring it round to my bottom left. Put the edge of the ruler on the left and the 6.5 on the bottom. Those are the lines that I've just cut. Cut that way and that way. So you need to do that for each of these three fabrics. This one I'm going to do left-handed to show the left-handers, but also I'm taking control of this pattern because I'd quite like it to line up nicely. So down on my 6.5 inch line, I've got that on the top of this bottom row of X's, and I can just tug the fabric. You can make the fabric do what you want it to do, and then this way I need to pull it over to the right a bit. So now I'm going to have a nicely lined up piece without things going off. So over the left here I can only see a little bit of the X. So if I tug that way a bit. So you can take advantage of the fact that the fabric does stretch. So I'm going to cut on the left like that. And this way. Now I'm going to turn this down to my bottom right. Cut that bit by mistake earlier. Put my edge of my fabric on the right hand side of the ruler and the 6.5 inch line on the bottom. So I'm going to have to bend my fabric a little to make it work. It's looking good. And that way and that way. And there's my piece. It's sliding off a little bit, but it's not too bad. With this piece, let's see if I've got 6.5 here. No, I haven't. So I need to cut from probably the other end. So this is left-handed again. 6.5 inch line near the bottom. Looks fairly straight actually, this one. This way. That way. Pick this corner up. Swap it round. 6.5 line, this one. And the edge of the fabric there. And there's my square. Now here I've got a light box which is going to help me see through. If you don't have a light box, you can use a window. Masking tape things to windows, that works. or alternatively, if you've got a piece of glass of some sort and you can affix a light underneath, then that will help. So I'm going to trace 3 of each shape. This inside line is the line that we're going to be tracing on. So I've got my fusible web. This is the side that the glue's stuck to, and this is the release paper. And so I'm just going to position it over my shape and then trace around. So these are the wings. I'm going to do 3 of those. And 3 eyes. And this is the beak, so 3 beaks. In there, so don't put them right up next to each other, because you need room to cut your pieces apart whilst leaving a bit of shape around them. And now we're going to do the birds. There, that's all my tracing done. So now I'm cutting them out roughly, just leaving a little bit of space in between, a little bit of a margin around each shape. I'm just using my paper scissors for this. The beaks are all the same colour and the eyes are all the same colour, so I don't need to worry about cutting those individually yet. I'm just going to cut them as a group. With the birds, if you want to, you can cut out the centre part, and what that does is it stops the piece from being really stiff inside your quilt. So leave yourself a good ½ inch or so, and that's just going to get rid of some of the stiffness, like that. These are the colours that I'm using for the birds. I've put on the instructions to cut a 6-inch square from here. You can just place your bird piece on, but if you do that, just make sure that you get rid of the pieces of surrounding it when you do that. So if you want to fussy cut it, now don't forget you're going to be putting this glue side on the wrong side of the fabric. So you can position that however you like. So I probably don't want anything interfering with my beak. So I'm going to do it like that and then cut around, and that just saves me having messy pieces left. This one is fabric number 1. And this is fabric 7. For the wings, I'm using these 3. So this is fabric 20. Stick up wing on there. Now fabric 20 is going to be the wing for my purple. Obviously you can put these together however you like, there's no rules. This is fabric 12 and I'm going to be putting this with my blue bird. With the blue one. And fabric 17, my orange. That's going to go with the green bird. This is the fabric I'm using for the beaks. It's the brownish yellow, number 23. And I've got all my beaks on one piece of paper because it's easier that way. So beaks, and then the outer eyes are on this fabric here, which is number 38. So before I cut these out, I need to press them with the iron, using my Teflon mat to protect the iron and the ironing board. So I'll be placing each piece, start with one of these, like this, putting that over the top and then pressing until that's stuck. Just make sure that's all flattened out there. Put this over the top, a nice hot iron. And then check, it's all stuck beautifully. So now I can cut this out on the line that I traced. There's his beak. There's my cute little bird.